Should you claim Social Security at age 70? Well, the New York Times interviewed older adults about their thoughts on this topic, especially those that are getting ready to collect Social Security and those who have currently been on Social Security and how they feel about getting Social Security early versus later. And this is all against the backdrop of the current economy that we live in. Is claiming Social Security at age 70 worth it? Or is there another way to look at this particular issue? One of the things this article did, which I am really excited about, is that it looked at people who are currently in discussion about this topic and talked to them about their feelings around Social Security and whether waiting or claiming it early is the best solution. And then at the end, it provided 6 different ideas or thoughts on how you can make the decision for yourself about whether claiming Social Security early or later is the right decision for you. So, I am going to review those 6 decisions that you have to make when you are trying to decide whether claiming Social Security early or later is right for you. My name is Kwame Kwade. I am a government benefits expert. For 15 years, I've been helping seniors get the retirement benefits they deserve. I create content on Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, food stamps, and other personal finance topics that affect seniors and their benefits. So, if you are new to my channel, welcome. I am glad you're here. Do me a favor, go into the comments and let me know your city and your state because I like to know where you guys are watching my broadcast from. And if you've been one of those people that have been watching my channel for a while now, welcome back. I am grateful for your support and I am glad you're here. We have a lot to cover. This article came out yesterday, I believe, and I was browsing what I was going to cover today. And I got to reading this in depth article from the New York Times, and I was thinking, this is something that I should actually do a video about and talk to you about because I think it answers a critical question that seniors on Social Security have been debating. Those who are currently on Social Security and how they are analyzing their own decision to take Social Security when they took Social Security versus those who are making the decision or about to make the decision about whether to claim Social Security. And here is the truth: the experts will tell you that it is best to wait until age 70 to claim Social Security. Because why? Number one, you get the most money. You get 24% more money if you wait after age 67. So even if your full retirement age is at age 66 or age 67, if you wait 3 more years to age 70, you get 24% more. But there are other factors that you need to consider that are equally essential to deciding whether claiming Social Security early is good for you. So let's look at the 6 decision points that you need to make if you are trying to decide when it is optimum for you to claim Social Security. So I am going to start with this. It says, when to claim and how to make that decision. Experts say that most people approaching retirement will fall into one of these scenarios. Here is what they say you should think about if you are in one of those categories. So let's walk through the different categories that they're talking about. So is the first category is healthy and wealthy. So if you and a spouse are in a lucky minority of seniors who are healthy with more than adequate savings, especially if you have enough and are not worried about tax consequences, then delay claiming Social Security until age 70 and spend down your IRA and other tax deferred retirement accounts first so that you reduce your taxable burden. So essentially, if you are in a very healthy position, you feel good about your health, and you have money, basically they're looking at wealth from different directions. They're looking at tax deferred accounts, IRA, and other tax deferred investments. And that is where you are. Then, from a tax perspective, according to the New York Times, it is best to spend down your IRA, spend down your other tax deferred retirement account, and then wait until age 70 to claim Social Security, because that allows you to pay the least amount of taxes. So that is the first category of people that they are looking at. And I know a lot of you are probably thinking, that is not my story. That is not me. Well, hang in there. I am going to cover all 6 different categories of people that they are talking about and make sure that your situation is also highlighted. But before I do that, if you want to continue to stay updated on news information, breaking news, anything in and out of Congress that could affect your retirement, your savings, or your benefits, then text the word insider to 443 293 0080. You will be added to my text list. There are thousands of seniors that are getting 1 or 2 text messages each week letting you know about critical information that I think you should know that may impact your benefits or your retirement. So text the word insider to 443 293 0080. The service is free and you get tremendous benefit by staying on top of things that you absolutely have to be aware of. So that we've covered the first scenario in this 6 part. Let's go to the second one. What other consideration do you need to have when you are trying to decide whether to take Social Security early or not? The second category is healthy. Sorry, actually, that's not it. Let's see. Healthy and not so wealthy. So you have great health, but you don't have enough money. So it says if you and a spouse are healthy but worry that you don't have enough money to saved to cover a potential 30-year retirement. And that is important to note because one of the big variables here that we are looking at is that retirement is longer. Back in the 1950s, 1960s, when you hit age 65, you are, likely to live another 14 years on average. Today, if you hit age 65, you are more than likely to live another 20 years on average. And people are living even longer. So the typical retirement is, for some people, is potentially 30 years. So when you're looking at your budget, you're looking at your money, you have to think about a 30-year retirement when making decisions about, you know, when to claim Social Security, when to stop working, and when to tap into your retirement accounts. So this second group of people, it's saying that if you and your spouse are healthy but worry that you don't have enough money to cover a potential 30-year retirement, the unwelcome advice is to work as long as you can and delay claiming Social Security as long as you can. You want to maximize your benefits in the late 80s and beyond. So here's the thing. If you continue to work beyond, let's say, age 62, which is the earliest you can claim Social Security, that means that you are essentially increasing how much Social Security check you are going to get. So working late is beneficial. Now, if you still have to claim your benefit while working, if you get Social Security and you continue to work, it still increases your benefit because every year you're working while claiming Social Security, you are paying taxes on your income, and that continues to be added. And so they'll recalculate your benefits every year and add more money because you have earned more money and increase your benefits. So that is scenario number 2. Now let's go to scenario number 3 and look at who they are referring to here. So we talked about healthy and wealthy. We talked about healthy and not so wealthy. The third category, which I have heard a lot of people talk about, is miserable. If your job has become untenable or you are still craving adventure at middle age, claiming Social Security can be a bridge to a new life by allowing you to preserve other savings or retirement investment. But you have to plan carefully. Take stock of other resources, income from a spouse, home equity, and other assets, and make peace with the idea that you may need to live frugally or return to work at least part time. So, if you are currently miserable in your job and you've been working, I know I see seniors all the time in my comments saying they've been working since they were age 14. Some people are just tired and they don't want to continue to work. And if that's you, or you're currently miserable in your job and you feel like retirement will bring you more joy, then according to the New York Times, then this article, that is an option for you, but you have to make sure that you are weighing other assets because you don't want to spend down your money too quickly if you are looking at a long retirement. Plus, it may make sense rather than stop working completely, you may continue to get Social Security and work part time. But remember, there's also the income limit. So if you are working and claiming Social Security before your full retirement age, you have to pay attention to the income limit because that means that in 2026, you can make up to $24,400 and not have your Social Security check impacted. For every $2 you go above that income limit, you are going to lose $1 of your benefit. So when you are working and you're on Social Security and you're under your full retirement age, it's important to make sure that the amount of money you're making does not exceed the earnings test. But if 2026 is your full retirement age year, then you can make as much as I think $68,000 and not lose any of your benefits. So the point here is that if you're miserable, it may make sense to just claim benefits early than waiting until age 70, which is what the article is trying to analyze and see who it makes sense for. Now, as I mentioned, there is 6 different scenarios. We've covered a couple of them already. So let me go to the next one. And in this section, we've done the, you know, healthy and wealthy. We've done healthy and not so wealthy. We've done miserable. The next category is not so healthy. That is a big consideration for a lot of people, especially low income seniors that worked in very manual, hard labor intensive jobs. And, I was reading something recently where somebody said, they got injured on the job and that forced them into early retirement. And now there are health issues that come with that. So they're saying that if you are battling illness and your years look short, claiming Social Security, when you stop working is probably a good idea. There's no point in waiting until age 70 if you if there's a very real possibility that you won't live past age 80. So the idea is that if you claim at age 62, then you have 18 years. Let's say you're living to age 80. That's what you think. You know, then I mean, this speaking about this, feels a bit morbid, but it's the reality. The things that you have to consider, you can't just sweep this under the rug. It's like you have to look at your own health, you have to look at your own finances and make judgment calls about what do you think based on what you know about your own situation, when is the best time. And if you're not so healthy, you have to have that honest conversation with yourself and say, hey, yes, the expert may say wait till age 70, but do you really think that you can enjoy the Social Security benefit you've received and earned for the longest time? Now, here's one thing I'll tell you. A lot of people talk about waiting until age 70, but for if you don't have survivors, especially if you're single and you don't have survivors, you know, getting on Social Security late and then, you don't live long, what happens is that once you're gone, the money is gone. It doesn't return to your children or your adult children. It's gone. And so a lot of people make the calculation that, hey, I'll rather just take the money early, even if I don't need it, I'll put it into a savings account because I'd rather get the money longer and enjoy it longer than knowing that if I die, the money is gone. I think Dave Ramsey has also talked about this a lot regarding why he believes that you should claim Social Security early. Now, this is not financial advice. I am just walking you through the New York Times article that I shared. So you have to consult an expert to figure out your own situation. But it makes sense to me that if you are not confident about your own health, waiting to claim Social Security at age 70 may not be the optimum thing to do. And then the next category of people that they looked at, um, let me pull that up, is the final category. And let's look at that. So that is the in no way wealthy. Mhm. That is a very interesting way to frame it. But it says in no way wealthy. If you are scraping by or were pushed out of a job after turning 50, you may have no choice but to claim your Social Security benefit as soon as you turn age 62. Well, 30% of seniors fall into that category where they have no choice but to claim early because they need the money, and that's okay. You've worked 35, 40, 50 years. And so if you need the money, that's the purpose of Social Security, is to help you have some financial security as an older adult. So those are the scenarios. I want to hear your thoughts about this. What do you think about the various scenarios that have been outlined? If you're currently on Social Security, when did you claim benefits? And what do you think of that decision? Looking back, was it the right call for you? And if you are getting ready to claim Social Security, what are you thinking about? Where do you fall under these various categories? I've talked about a lot of scenarios here. I've talked about the in no way wealthy. I have talked about the not so healthy. I have talked about miserable. I have talked about healthy and wealthy. And then I think the other one was healthy but not wealthy. So let me know what you think. Where do you fall? If you've claimed benefits already, what are your thoughts about it? Do you regret it, or do you think you made the right call? And if you're thinking about getting benefits, what are you considering? What are the factors that are driving your decision? I want to hear from you in the comment section below. Now, as I mentioned, if you want to stay updated on all things Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, food stamps, or personal finance that affect seniors, you should join my text list. It's free, and you'll join thousands of seniors getting timely text messages. Text the word insider to 443-293-0080. But before I let you go, I have amazing news I want to share with you. If you've been watching my channel for a while, you know that we recently launched um, a, a senior community that we are trying to help people who are retired and people who are getting ready to retire to find a place where you can stop missing out on retirement benefits and maximize the benefits that you're going to get. So if you have not checked our benefits insider circle, you are missing out. Now, what is the purpose of this? Well, it's to maximize your retirement and help you get the help that you need. It's for adults age 55 plus, helping you unlock every dollar, every discount, and every advantage from Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, and more. Now, here is what you get in this exclusive community. Okay, I can see that you don't even see what I'm sharing. So let me make sure that you can see that. Um, so here's what you get by joining this community: exclusive weekly videos to maximize your Social Security and Medicare, monthly money saving tips and senior discounts, step-by-step resource guides. And I'm going to talk about the resource guides in a second because that is tremendous value. And then Q&A sessions with experts like myself and people that I'm going to bring on in the future to cover specific topics, and then a supportive, friendly community of seniors like you that are on the same journey trying to maximize their retirement. So we are on the school platform. That is the address that you see: www.school.com/benefits insider. But let me tell you a little more about this community and why I'm excited about it. So number one, you are going to be getting content from me that you're not going to get anywhere else. So what you see on your screen is an example of videos that I'm posting. They're letting you know about things in and out of Congress that can affect your benefits, your finances, answering questions specifically that you are asking on the platform. And I mentioned resource guides. We have created a ton of resource guides that if you visit our YouTube store, you will see that they are all for sale in our store. But if you join this community today, you get access to all of this for free. So let's say that you pay a monthly subscription to this community. If you join today, you are going to get that money back right away because you are going to get access to all our guides. And in these guides alone, there's over $2,500 in savings that you are going to get access to right away. So your money, you know, is paid for many times over in terms of value that you're going to get. So let's walk through some of these guides. Here's one: 10 proven ways seniors can make an extra $500 to $1,000 each month. If you're a senior trying to make extra income in this economy and you're struggling, this is a guide that would walk you through what to do. Social Security and Medicare changes. There's a lot of changes that are coming up in 2026, and I'm going to be releasing more information about that, and you get access to it for free. Remember, not only do you get the guides that are already on the platform, every future guide that I release is going to be free and available to you on this platform for free. Next, we're talking about secrets to boosting your Social Security. I mentioned earlier that if you're currently on Social Security, there are strategies you can adopt to increase your check, even if you're receiving benefits already. This short guide will walk you through those strategies and how to maximize your benefit. Banking resources. What are the best CD rates, senior specific perks that you can get in your local area that you may not even be aware of? It's all in there. The Big Beautiful Bill, over 2,000 pages with significant impact on seniors and their retirement. And a lot of seniors don't just read through it because it's complicated. I've distilled the 2,000-page book into a short guide for you and explaining how between 2025 and 2028, the Big Beautiful Bill is going to affect you and your finances. Senior discounts. What are the best senior discounts out there? This is the guide that will tell you what you are missing out on in terms of senior discount, and many, many more worksheets and guides, budget sheets that can help you save money, manage your money, and be able to make sense of where your money is going. And this is what the platform looks like. You can see we have over 240 people that have already joined that are getting tremendous benefit from this platform. And so the point I'm trying to make is that if you're not part of this community, you're missing out, because even what you pay, even if you pay the annual membership or you can pay the monthly membership, you're going to get tremendous value right away because you get access to all the guides that we have in there for free so they can start reaping that benefit right away. So go to school.com, skol.com/benefits insider, and sign up and check it out if it's for you. So that is all I wanted to share with you today. If you like what you heard, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Also, remember to hit the notification button so that whenever I release new content, new videos, you'll be the first to know. Thank you for watching.